Now here you see we will be dealing with this androcium, and basically what is androcium? Androcium is the male reproductive unit of a flower. Now basically it is composed of stamens. Okay, so now what is stamen? Stamen, it represents the male reproductive organ, and it consists of a stalk, okay, or a filament and an anther. So basically what does the stamen consist of? The filament and the anther. Now anther, if you basically see, it is a bilobed structure. Okay, it is a lobe like structure, and each lobe has two chambers. That is why we call it as a bilobe. Okay, and that chamber is filled with pollen grains, so we call it as a pollen sac. So pollen grains are produced in pollen sac, and a sterile stamen, that stamen that does not produce pollen, is known as staminode. Okay, so in stamens, the inner flower may be united with other members such as the petals or others. So if it is united with the petals, it is known as epipetalous, or it may be epiphyllous if it is attached to the periarm. Now what is periarm? If calyx and corolla is not truly differentiated. Okay, so the stamen in the flower may either remain free. Free means they are not united, so that is known as polyandrous, androcium, androus. And the stamens are united in one bunch, so that is known as monodelphous. If it is in two bunches, that is known as diadelphous, and if it is in more than two bundles, so it is known as a polydelphous. Okay, so polydelphous. Now another, next comes the gynoecium. Now what is gynoecium? Gynoecium, basically it is a female reproductive part of a flower and is made up of more than one carpel. What is carpel? Again here carpel is the female reproductive unit, and it is mainly consists of three parts, namely the stigma, style, and the ovary. What is ovary? Ovary is an enlarged basal part on an elongated tube, that is known as a style, and the style connects the ovary to the stigma. Okay, so that means ovary and stigma. Stigma is the outer end, and ovary is the inner end, and the connecting stigma and the ovary is a style, and it is a receptive surface of the pollen grains. Basically, the stigma is modified in such a way, they are very hairy like structure, so that the pollen may cling to it. Okay, so when we'll be doing practicals, I'll show it to you. The ovary bears one or more ovule attached to a flattened cushion like placenta. So what is placenta? Placenta is a lining of the ovary where ovules are attached. So when more than one carpel is present, it is free. That is known as apocarpus. Or if it is syncarpus, means they are fused together. So fertilization, the ovule presently develops into seed. Now what is placentation? Placentation is basically the arrangement of ovule within the ovary is known as a placentation. See, arrangement of ovule within the ovary is known as placentation. So placentation are of different types, namely marginal, axial, parietal, basal, central, and free central. Okay. Now here, if you see here, you have to focus here. Now here see, this pea flower, you see the seeds here seeds are basically, these are the ovule, and this is attached to the margin of the ovary. So that is known as marginal placentation. Now here you see, this is also, see, this is one chamber, this is another chamber, and this is three chamber. Here you find it in lemon. So this is the axis. Now within the axis, the ovules are attached, but they are separated by a septum. So this is known as an axial placentation. Now and next you see here, C. Okay, here you see this is one area, one part of the placenta. Another, here is also a placenta, and here, so they they are arranged here. Okay, but they don't have a septa. So this kind of placentation is known as a parietal placentation. Now here you see another example. Here the septums are absent, so this is known as free central, and here you see the base of the ovary, the seed is here, so this is known as a basal. So these are the four major type of placentation. Here you see the marginal, the parietal, the axile. Okay. Now and another comes the parietal, free central and basal. Marginal placentation, example P. Axile placentation, any citrus fruit, lemon. Parietal placentation, you find it in papaya. Free central, you find it in lady's finger. Okay. Or and basal placentation, placentation you find in prime rose. Okay. So that is how the placentation is demarcated. Even sunflower. See, now the fruit and next part is not in your syllabus. This had been scraped from this year's syllabus. So we'll do the last part when we'll be doing with the family. Okay. Now see, we'll do a semi-technical description of a typical flowering plant. For example, this is a floral diagram. How do you do it? Here you see this is the base axis. Okay. Here these two, they are the calyx, they are the corolla, they are the stamens or the androcium. This is the gynoecium. This is the ovary, two-chambered ovary, and these are ovules, parietal placentation. So this is how it is demarcated, and you can very well know that this is called the floral diagram. Okay, here this symbol shows, you see this is plus, that means it is bilaterally symmetrical. Now here these two signs, they are bisexual. Now K 2 plus 2, that means calyx plus corolla is equal to 2 plus 2, 2 and plus 2. Okay, then C 4, corolla 1 2 3 4. Androcium, androcium is 3 and 3. Here you see 2 together and 4. And gynoecium, here the line demarcate, that is, it is inferior in position and it is two chambered. So this is how the floral diagram is. Okay, so nextly we'll be doing with the plant family, and here the Fabaceae, if you see, Fabaceae is basically not in your syllabus, so we'll omit the Fabaceae, and the last family Liliaceae and all we'll be doing. Okay. Next you see the character, Andrecium, gynoecium, economic importance of Solanaceae. See, Solanaceae is important. So in the next class we'll be doing with this family, the Solanaceae. Okay, Solanaceae means the families of potato, brinjal, tomato, etc.